But I was just like, what happens if I prep before I leave? Will I feel better? Will I feel more engaged? So I actually tried this before I went on my trip to Atlanta. The vlog of that is coming soon. But how can we center ourselves to like not stress about it? Because this should be something happy. This should be a joyous occasion. Oh my God, we saved up some money and now we're actually getting to go on a trip, right? Hey travelers, welcome to Tripping with Somebody. If you're new to my channel, I revisit some of my fun and exciting times during my travel while I help you out on yours. In today's video, I am going to be doing the top 5 ways you can boost your immune system before you travel. Now, if you're wondering, Amadi, why are you bringing up this topic? I literally get sick every time I travel. I know it sounds crazy. I probably have never mentioned it during my videos, but I literally get sick every time. And I think it's because I don't prep my immune system to be traveling 10 hours away from my hometown with all my allergies, with all my food issues and all that stuff. So I tend to get sick and I feel like I always have to like boost myself one day. But I was just like, what happens if I prep before I leave? Will I feel better? Will I feel more engaged? So I actually tried this before I went on my trip to Atlanta. The vlog of that is coming soon. So I want to give you these tips. I did a little Google search to figure out where to get this information, and I'll make sure I'll put the links below. But here are some compiled ways, top 5 ways I think we all can utilize to boost our immune system. Understand, I am not a dietitian, so do not blast me in the comments and say, actually, that's technically wrong, da, 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 da. Once again, these are the things that I found. These are the things that kind of make sense to me. Just understanding and being on my own healthy journey physically and mentally. So you can take it or leave it, but let's get into it. So number 1 is your diet. So it's very important to make sure your diet is on point before you travel. I know a lot of people save their like sweet and sugary items when they're traveling, but some things that you need to consider when you are preparing for traveling is staying away from fatty foods, processed foods, and eating clean and healthy so your body is fit and ready for your trip, regardless of what the trip is. If the trip is like very gluttonous and you're like, I'm gonna eat and drink and have fun, what have you, make sure your body is like ready for all of that. So that includes, from once again, what I have found is red, orange, and green fruits and vegetables, putting more of that into your diet, as well as staying hydrated and drinking a lot of water, once again, to prep your body for every and anything on your trip. The next one sounds really simple, but it's very important. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. I know there's a lot of stuff that we feel like we need to get done before our trip, which I am not gaslighting you. That might be true, that might be factual, but we still need to be able to get our 8 hours. So sleep is going to be important, right? So making sure you have enough sleep to recharge your body and build your immune system, or help your immune system rather, is going to be important. So make sure, even though you have a lot of things going on right before your trip, is you get enough sleep. And enough sleep might mean differently for different folks. I know I was ripping and running for the last 2 weeks, so enough sleep for me was 10 hours. But enough sleep for you might be 6, right? Understanding your body and understanding what you need. Now, this might be controversial, but exercise is another way to boost your immune system, and it's going to be healthy for preparing for your trip, especially if this trip has a lot of excursions, whether it is, climbing or swimming or something like that. You want to make sure that your stamina is there and you're physically ready for this. I know for me, I like to do a lot of nature pieces to my trips, whether that is, climbing up a volcano or doing a morning hike, or my last trip I was like swimming to see little fishes, snorkeling. Lord jeez, I was snorkeling, and it's a lot of stamina and it's a lot of work to get from the boat to where we need it to be. So exercising and getting your body ready for a lot of activity, even just a lot of walking and a lot of standing, does something to your body if you're not prepared for it. I know going to see a concert, my dogs were crying, and I was just like, because we were supposed to go to a club afterwards, and I just told my friend, like, give me 5 minutes, and I ended up falling asleep because my body wasn't ready. My body was not ready. So preparing your body for physical activity, because you are trying to crunch in a lot of stuff in 5 days, and your body is definitely going to be in shock. Avoiding stress is going to be another thing that we can do. Boost our immune system before we go and travel. Planning ahead. I know, like, that, I feel like that's like the biggest word I always use. Plan, 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 plan. But planning does help when we're talking about leaving a country, right? Like, we're not just planning in terms of itinerary. And if you're interested in on how I plan my trips, make sure you click this card right here and you get a list of some things to think about when we're planning our itineraries, as well as a free template. Yes, I said free template. But back to the idea of planning is we're not just planning just the schedule, but we're mentally preparing. And that means if we're planning ahead, we're not going to feel like we're running and panicking, thinking about the things that we need, the things that need to get done, and executing them. So the day or a couple of days before, we're not as stressed out, but we're excited. I know I talk to people before they go on their trips, and I'm like, oh, are you excited to go such and such place? And they're like, girl, I'm stressing out, or I can't really think about my trip until I'm physically there because I got this, that. Cool, you got a lot of stuff, but how can we center ourselves to like not stress about it? Because this should be something happy. This should be a joyous occasion. Oh my God, we saved up some money and now we're actually getting to go on a trip, right? Let's think about how we can center ourselves and create boundaries with people. Be like, yo, you're not about to stress me out. I'm going on a trip. And natural supplements like vitamins D, zinc, and probiotics. So I would suggest these things should be in your daily supplements for vitamins anyway. But if this is not something that you usually take, maybe you're not a vitamins person, start taking these vitamins so you can get prepared for your trip. Boosting your immune system with supplements is going to be healthy. I personally take a multivitamin that has all of those things. But if this is something that you don't normally take, I would definitely suggest to put that in your daily supplement. So hopefully all of these are helpful. To me, they make sense. They don't sound anything crazy, and it sounds very doable for me. So like I said, I'm not suggesting something that I'm not doing myself. I am actually doing this and trying to stay true to this and trying it. Please let me know below any other tips and tricks that you would say to help boost your immune system while you are prepping for your amazing trip. I can't wait to hear what you guys say, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, y'all.